We go to Oxford University's findings that steroids are the first drug shown to save lives of the severest COVID-19 cases. To tell us more, we have Love Ann Season. Love Ann?
Hi, thank you, Giancarlo. So last week, a groundbreaking treatment for hospital patients seriously ill with COVID-19 was found in the anti-inflammatory drug called dexamethasone. A trial in the United Kingdom showed the drug could save lives, the first at an international level to do so. It is inexpensive, on the shelf, and it can be used immediately in the state-run health service, or NHS, said Oxford professor Peter Horby. The trial was led by a team from Oxford University. About 2,000 hospital patients were given dexamethasone and compared with more than 4,000 who were not. It cut the risk of death by a third for patients on ventilators. For those on oxygen, it cut deaths by a fifth, according to initial results. So researchers say that had the drug been used to treat patients in the UK from the start of the pandemic, if up to 5,000 lives could have been saved. Dexamethasone is normally used to treat patients with a range of allergic reactions as well as rheumatoid arthritis and asthma. Britain's Health Secretary Matt Hancock said the country's patients would start receiving the drug right away. He said that the government had started stockpiling dexamethasone back in March after initial trials showed early signs of the drug's potential. The drug is part of the world's biggest trial, testing existing treatments to see if they also work for coronavirus. So far, the only drug proven to benefit COVID patients is remdesivir, which has been used for Ebola. Remdesivir is already being used in Britain. It is antiviral that appears to reduce the length of treatment in some patients, but the evidence was not strong enough to show whether it reduced mortality. Remdesivir is a new drug with limited supplies and a price is yet to be announced. So what makes dexamethasone remarkable is the fact that it is a medication that is readily available, cheap, largely free of side effects, and it had shown to be effective in treating severe COVID-19 cases. Back to you, Giancarlo.
Thank you, Love Ann. That's great news. What is this treatment for the drug, and would it be suitable for patients with milder COVID symptoms?
Yes, that's a good question, Giancarlo. So according to BBC News, Chief Investigator Professor Peter Horby said that the treatment is up to 10 days and it costs about £5 per patient. So essentially it costs £35 or $43 to save a life. So this is a drug that is globally available. But people should not go out and buy it to take home. As I mentioned earlier, it is actually a drug that is reported to work only for people who are already in hospital and receiving oxygen or mechanical ventilation. In other words, the most unwell. So dexamethasone does not appear to help people with milder symptoms of coronavirus who do not need help with their breathing. Back to you, Giancarlo.
Thank you, Love Ann. You also mentioned in your report that it is readily available. How widely available is the drug?
Well, the drug has been around since 1957. It became available in the UK in the early 1960s. It was reported by BBC that because it's been in circulation for a very long time, the drug is out of patent. This means that many companies can make it, and it's widely available around the world. Giancarlo?
So what has been the reaction towards the results of the trial so far?
Well, it has been welcomed by the World Health Organization. And even for developing countries, it comes as a very good news, as it costs less to buy. So according to BBC, the government in South Africa has already been advised to use it on patients needing oxygen or ventilation support. In Africa, more than 8,000 people have died from COVID-19, the majority of whom had underlying health conditions. Giancarlo?
Thank you for that report, Love Ann.
Thank you, Giancarlo. I'm Love Ann of Season, reporting from the United Kingdom. We live in interesting times.